What's up, guys? My name is Solo, and due to the reaction of my Solo tomato prediction, today we are actually going to review Ruby Gillman, A Teenage Kraken. Don't forget to follow on Instagram and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Okay, Ruby Gillman, The Teenage Kraken. What I have to say after seeing this movie. First of all, it was made by DreamWorks. Shout out DreamWorks. Hit my line. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite movies this year. I had a feeling while watching this movie, and it's the same feeling I had while watching Into the Spider-Verse, which is just like, I love animation. But then as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I love story. It's like when story and animation make anything possible, it's just watching the screen, I'm just like, I start getting chills, and I'm just like, damn, somebody created this, bro. So I'm gonna go through the story real quick. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but an overview of the movie. So basically, the driving force of the movie is Ruby wants to go to prom, but her mom won't let her because prom is on a boat. It sounds crazy really saying it, but hey, we ball. Okay, so going into this movie, if you saw my Solo tomato prediction, the one question I had about this movie is, can the humans see that this girl is blue? And the answer is yes. I'm not gonna give away how they explain it, but so Ruby wants to go to prom with this boy, but she's too nervous to ask him majority of the rest of the movie. Then she also meets this new girl named Chelsea, which is a mermaid, and that goes for the rest of the movie. Fast forward through the movie, Ruby becomes really close with Chelsea, which is the mermaid, and she basically just learns that you can never trust a mermaid. I'm keeping the points of this movie super vague, and I really just want to rush through it is because it's like the pieces I really want to break down, I don't want to give it away because I actually do want people to go see this movie. But what I will give is my reactions to moments in the movie that I wrote down because I was just like, I like this feeling this movie's giving me, and I want to explain that. Two major plot points in this movie is that the movie is a metaphor for growing up. You go through different changes. You become something that you didn't know was possible. And it's just a metaphor for growing up with your parents and them trusting you and believing you. And another main point is basically saying, don't let anyone control what you are meant to become. And it's like, some people will always have input on what you want to do in life, but you can't let them control your life so that you become what they want rather than you becoming what you want. And it's a metaphor for also growing up because it's like your parents will do this, your friends will do this, people around you will do this. And it's just like, when you're you don't care about what other people think. And that's one thing about this movie that I was just like, man, I hope kids understand this because I'm watching this movie with a different mind. If I was a kid, I'm just looking at this like, pew, 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 superpowers. Oh, this is crazy, man. The screen is so big, colors. But I want kids to watch this movie and be like, damn, these are lessons that I took from it, because it's just this is how I'm going to start thinking moving forward. And it all ties up with basically saying even when your parents do it, because I know there are a lot of kids who want to do stuff and their parents are like, no, you can't do that. And it's just it took a while for me to realize your parent is not hating on you. Your parent is only doing what they know. So it's in the instance where your parent is literally recreating themselves, even though they did not want to recreate themselves, as in the bad habits that they saw in themselves, they create it by overcorrecting as opposed to just growing together. Because if someone grows together, then you can assist them and be like, this is my input. I'm not trying to control what you do, but this is my input. The more your kid sees, my parent knows what they're talking about in this scenario, they will run to you with every question they have. But if the parent says, don't do this because I said so, the kid is gonna say, how can I learn for myself if I never have the chance to learn anything? So then that's when the kid overcorrects and does the same thing that the parent used to do when they were younger and they realized that that's not the best thing for me to do. And it's just again, while watching this movie, I'm getting these lessons and I'm just these aren't, oh my gosh, lessons, but they are lessons that I'm just like, the older you get, the more you start thinking like that. And it's just like, man, like, I understand that my parents were tripping. I understand why they're tripping, which is why I care less that they tripped. Does that make sense? But okay. And a final thought that I want to get off is I talked about it at the beginning of this whole video, and this is probably like my first review, so I'm really just going off the top of my head, so I don't even know how this is gonna look. But anyway, this might be the edit, might not. This movie showed me that if somebody like Ruby or Chelsea, a mermaid or a Kraken, were real in real life, in human tangible life, I feel like they would be like what Disney Channel stars are today. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I say that, I'm basically saying that initially we would look at these monsters, like if vampires, if mermaid, if the magical realm was real in real life, we would look at these people like, oh damn, that's crazy. But today in 2023, scratch that. In 2025, I feel like we would look at all these creatures and be like, oh, that's just another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see Chelsea the mermaid being like what Zendaya is in the aspect if she became an actor. But if she just became a personality, then I feel like we would look at her like an Instagram star, like a Disney Channel star. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, like, it's you. What else is there? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it made me realize that, like, I don't know if we're becoming jaded. I don't know if we're becoming like, because we're seeing everything. I don't know if it's because so many stories have been told that we just will believe what we want to believe and don't believe what we don't want to believe. But it's just like, man, that world would be definitely interesting, because I don't think we would care today like the people of the past would have cared if they were like vampires walking around. I mean, let's say they're not killing people. They're just like vampires in the aspect of they drink, let's say, animal blood. But it's just like, we'd be like, oh, you're a vampire? Cool. You know what I'm saying? So that is my general review. That's my general thoughts of this movie. I hope from this reaction, you understand where I was trying to go. This is my first time ever reacting to a movie like this. Again, tune in with the channel, Solo Tomato Predictions. We drop one every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Road to 1,000. Don't forget to follow on Instagram and subscribe to the channel. My name's Solo, and we are out.